Welcome to the Randomized Podcast, where the topics are just as random as the games I play. Episode 1! It's a new podcast. I've done a podcast before, but this is something new. Wanted to talk about an anime I recently watched and is new for the season called Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. As far as it goes, episode 1 is great. It's good. It's about a salaryman who ends up quitting his job because of the zombie apocalypse, Can't keep going to work if there's a zombie apocalypse out there. My only concern I have for the anime is, where do you go from there? The entire premise is, hey, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. What am I going to do? And that works, but at the same time, also, I don't know that it's going to be sustainable long term. Now, that being said, I've never read the manga or the light novel or whatever it's based on. I'm going solely off of what is presented in anime. And I gotta say, it's kind of a cool idea. It's almost a zombie apocalypse meets Phineas and Ferb, if you're aware of what that is. Of what are we going to do today? Well, let's build let's go skydiving. Let's go learn how to drive a motorcycle. But those things require people, and it's a zombie apocalypse, hence not going to work anymore. So I'm kind of concerned about, what is the show going to end up being? Unless it is vignettes of this episode is about him learning how to ride a bike, or ride a motorcycle, or go skydiving. That would be fine. We'd go with the way of the house husband, where it's there's not a narrative that crosses over episodes. It's just something that is, it's a vehicle for a story. A 15-20 minute story, each episode, unrelated to each other. Don't put too much thought into it. That I'm here for. However, I don't think that is what we're going to get just based off of one episode alone. It's going to be pretty good, I'm assuming, but I have concern. There's ultimate irony in the guy who was working for a company and is overworked, and from everything I've read, the production company used to be that toxic and hostile. Which is, ironic and funny and kind of calling out of bad business practices within all major first world nations of managing to overwork their employees while simultaneously not paying them enough for their soul. Not going to go into all of that, and really, I don't plan on having these episodes be very long. All I'm going to say is, from episode 1, this anime is pretty good. I have concerns about where its future is going to go, but I guess we'll have to see each new week as we get each new episode. Now, is this podcast going to cover every episode? Only if I want to. Is it going to cover a plethora of topics? Only if I wanted to. Are we going to have guests? Only if I wanted to. That's the thing. The Randomized Podcast is not one thing. It is really whatever topic we want to cover. I want to cover. Do I want to talk about the newest game? Sure. Do I want to talk about an old-ass SNES game that no one else has ever heard of? Sure. We'll talk about that. Is it going to be interesting to everyone? No. That's why, up front, at the beginning of the episode, we have to talk about what we're going to talk about. If you're interested, great. If you're not, great. Tune in next week and maybe we'll have something that's a little bit more your speed. I'm excited. It's something new. Like I said, I've done a podcast before that was almost too long. It ended up being 30 minutes each episode. It just felt too long, and it felt forced. So this podcast is going to be me talking about exactly what I want to talk about in a more focused narrative. So I hope that you enjoy it just as much as I enjoy doing stuff like this. So be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for more Randomized Podcast.